Welcome back. My name is Thomas with another video. We're going to talk about this video, building business credit for your tax or accounting business. And the reason I'm doing this video because I specialize in working with individuals who want to start their own tax and accounting firm. So if you're the person that I'm going to be working with in the near future, I've added another service to my income portfolio where I help businesses build business credit. So why not talk about helping the people that I specialize in working with on building business credit as well. So the first step is the foundational process. The foundational process that we walk all business through is number one. Have you understand and educate you on what business credit is and how it works and how you get to leverage it by learning how it works and getting with someone who can help you do that effectively, strategically is powerful. So the foundational process is that we walk all clients through is educating about the reason why a lot of people don't qualify for funding won't necessarily be uh, the things they think about is some of the things that have them where they don't look credible. So if you still using free email accounts, Gmail, Yahoo, and those type of accounts, that's a no-no. If you don't have a professional website, that's a no-no. If you don't have a business phone number, that's a no-no. If you don't have if you don't have a commercial office or retail location based on what you're doing, that's a no-no. And so these are the things that we walk you through to make sure you have inside your business that makes you look credible to the people you're trying to get funding from. Because see, the biggest number one issue that they face every day is countless of people trying to fraudulently get money from them by putting bogus information on an application that doesn't exist. And so to counteract that and process of elimination is they came up with some characteristics that all legit businesses must have that if you don't have those same characteristics, you'll automatically get denied. Your application though goes in the garbage can. Next, next, next. So to prevent that from happening to you, you want to position yourself to look like a legit, credible business because that's the first thing people know about you who don't really know you when it comes to you trying to come in their establishment and do business with them by getting funding is that they take what they see at face value. So if you come in there and you fill an application to get funding from a bank, especially from a bank you don't even have a relationship with. And a relationship we talk about meaning you don't have a business checking account, you don't have a personal checking account, you don't have a savings account, you don't have no type of product with the bank, but you want to come in and get funding from the bank. That's the first no-no. You want to get a relationship established by having an account already with the bank or whatever institution you deem that you want to go to and get funding from. But the most traditional funding sources that we talk about as far as relationships will be a bank or a credit union that offers products that you can uh, uh, invest in or open an account with and put a few dollars in to establish the relationship. So when it comes to that, you want to make sure you have that established relationship with the bank. So if you plan on starting a business and if you're a startup, you want to implement these strategies from day one if you can. And the reason I say if you can, because it's going to be a financial investment to make sure that your business name is tight, your business address is tight, your business phone number. That's the business address and business phone number, 411 listing. Those three items, professional email address and website, those four, 5 items right there are all going to be a financial investment. So you got to have some type of funding already established when it comes to starting a business. Because if you don't, that means you're just not ready yet. Real simple. We ain't gonna sugarcoat this. You're just not ready yet. So if you're a person that wants to start a business, hopefully it's gonna be something you're passionate about, you love, you can talk about forever, uh, and you want to make that come to life and make it work. That you want to be able to have some type of funds that 9 out of 10 we have to self fund our businesses when it comes to getting started. But if you're one of those people who possess a 3C that I'll talk about later in the video, then pick the 3C that best fits you that you can leverage. So finishing off the foundational process, business name, business address, business phone, 411 listing, Dun and Bradstreet number, business account, merchant account, professional email address and website. That's the foundational pieces you want to have. You want to use that for all accounts related to business. I don't care what type of account you opening up that's related to business. You want that information to be congruent. You want to match everywhere you go. So business accounts, checking accounts. If you're buying software, if you're getting a subscription for your business, if you get anything that's related to your business that's going to help you with your business, you want that business information to be the same on every account. Bottom line, can't say it no simpler than that. When it comes to finishing off the foundational process, once you got that in order, then uh, we see if you can leverage your personal credit score. So if your personal credit is not tight and your personal history is not tight, and then you still want to build business credit and you have some funding that you can invest in making it happen, then we can take you to the next steps. But you got to have some funding already, number one, to start a business, because you're going to have daily operational expenses. You're going to have some upfront costs to getting started. And so you got to have some type of funding already out the gate, and or be in a position to get some by leveraging the 3 C's that I'm going to talk about coming up. So if you can't leverage your personal credit score and history because it's not tight, it's not great, it's not impressive. And when I say impressive, it's 650 or above across all 3 agencies. You have no charge-offs, no late fees, no collections, no bankruptcies. Those are the things I'm talking about. You have established primary personal credit of $3,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 already. You got a utilization under 30%, preferably 10% or under is the magic number. If you have that type of situation going on with your personal credit, you can get business credit cards much quicker and much faster to help you fund the business initially. That's just initially. From there, you take those funds and you start making money. You start growing. You start expanding. You're able to take those business credit cards and pay them off and keep using them in the way you need to use them to keep funding your business. And then from there, you want to build a business credit profile and score for yourself where you can start to leverage that without having to use your personal credit at all. And that's a process that's going to take time. It's not an overnight matter. We have a team of professionals that's going to walk you through the process from A to Z as far as building business credit, so you don't have to do this alone. You ain't got to figure this out. You ain't got to go to YouTube University or all these other different social media platforms and listen to these people talk about how they're going to help you get business credit cards with 0% financing and all these different things, and hoping and praying that you run across the right person who's too legit to quit with what they say they can help you do in the first place. Is the challenge of being online. Next one is the 3 C's again: cash flow, credit, collateral. Out of those 3 C's, which one do you possess? As a startup and of an individual who wants to get started with a business, if you fortunate enough to have great credit, that's the C you're going to leverage: credit. If you're the person that's already doing some business, but it's not official because you don't have a Secretary of State registration, you don't have an EIN number, you don't have a business account, you don't have your foundation in place, but you've been dabbling and dipping and doing whatever you can to make this thing happen, and you realize you can do better if you had funding, which means you got to step into a whole nother arena to get funding, which means you got to reposition yourself with that by getting the credentials you need to have that's going to be that's going to recognize you as a full-fledged business owner. Because right now, if you don't have an EIN number, if you don't have a Secretary of State account, if you don't have a business account, if you don't have merchant accounts, you don't have all these things I'm talking about, you don't even exist to the world. You don't exist to the people that matter the most. You want to position yourself where when it's time for you to get started and you start making money, you already got your positioning in place. You don't want to do some stuff and then have to double back and reposition yourself in a way that you should have done it right out the gate. But a lot of people don't know. Once they know and they get educated, then we can reposition them in the way they need to have it. So, like I said, 3 C's talk about cash flow, credit, or collateral. You ask yourself, out of those 3 C's, which is your strength? Which one you can leverage the best to help get funding? If you got cash flow going on, But the unfortunate part is you don't have your business set up yet. Then now you have to get your business set up where now you got money going to a legit business account in that name for 6 months or more to be able to leverage the cash flow that you've been making all the time, but you just didn't do it legitly because you didn't have your credentials set up. And that's okay. You live and you learn. The next thing after the three C's, and after you see what C you can leverage, if any. If you can't leverage none of these three C's, then the foundational process that I'm talking about will be the steps that we'll walk you through anyway, that you'll leverage to get net 30 accounts, net vendor accounts, that's going to give you credit to their products and service. That's going to be the foundation to you building out your profile and score with Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian. There's no way around that if you can't leverage your personal credit. So that's the route we take for people who don't have good personal credit scores and history established like myself. So I had to take this route. Tier 1, net 30 vendor accounts. I got credit from 7 vendors that range from 300 to 3,700. When it comes to the credit they give you, you want to be responsible with the credit. So even though they gave you $3,700 worth of credit, you can't use it all if you can't pay it off in 30 days. So only use what you can responsibly pay back in 30 days over a consistent basis to help build your business credit profile. And that's how that works. So if you got some type of income coming in consistently where you can get the credit and use the credit to build your business credit profile and scores with Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian, then you're well on your way to getting started and making it happen. The beautiful thing about building business credit is you can apply for 10 different business accounts at one time, in one day, in 1 hour, and it won't affect your utilization because there's no such thing when it comes to business credit like it is when it comes to personal. So you're good on that. Lines of credit are more difficult to get. You got to be well established before you even get your hands on that. Alternative funding is a popular uh, way to get funding other than banks and credit unions. That we have a network of people that we work with that we can turn you on to. So the sky's the limit on the business credit and financing that you can get for your business if you were the right people. Trying to figure this out on your own, putting yourself through frustration, heartache, and pain when there's no need for that. We're in the world of information. The problem with information is by itself, the average person can't even use it to get the results it was intended to get by itself because the way it was given was never intended for you to use it that way to even get a result. But if you can get a result from the free information that's out here and make it work and be successful with it, I commend you on it. Go for it. Keep it moving. So building business credit for your tax or accounting business. This is the process that we're going to walk you through. We have a team that handle that. I don't handle those things. I have a team that does the heavy lifting, that walks you through the process. When it's time for you to apply for financing means lines of credit or loans. We have a team that's going to walk you through that to see what you qualify for. And so, again, when it comes to building business credit for your business, you want to get with a person who has to be associated with a business that helps businesses build business credit strategically, step by step. Take all the guesswork out of making that happen. Helps you to build business credit much quicker, much faster. We say realistically, based on how fast you move, how well you already positioned, you can do it in 6 to 9 months, no more than 12. Anything more than that means you're just not moving. You're just not doing the things we suggest and tell you need to be doing. And there's nothing wrong with that because, see, we can't make you do nothing you don't want to do. And so we have to keep it realistic with you. We have to have realistic expectations on what we're going to do and how we help. And if you understand these things, we'd like to hear from you. We'd like to work with you. 773-365-9823 or text or email me at info@workwthomas.com. See you in my next video.